Steven Story back at it again. Hope y'all are all having a great what's today? Saturday. Hope y'all are having a great Saturday so far. I'm gonna hang out with y'all for about 30 minutes. So if any of y'all are looking at my tweets, if any of y'all have been brought to this video on a replay, okay, this is about independent insurance adjusting. This is specifically for Americans and Canadians. I do know that insurance adjusting is in other countries. However, I have not worked in those other countries, so I can't speak with a lot of authority on other places. Okay, so if you've been watching my tweets, guys, if you've gotten my course, if you want to know anything about independent insurance adjusting, now is the time to start asking those questions, okay? So I'm finishing up my work week right now. That's why I'm looking at the computer. But I'm just trying to get an insured paid real quick. And from there, guys, I'm here to answer all the questions that you guys have. A little bit more about me so y'all can understand why I'm talking about insurance adjusting a little bit more. Let me get this, clean this off a little bit. There we go. So I can give y'all a bit more of an explanation about my story, guys. I started in the insurance industry in 12 years ago now. Now I got into insurance adjusting, independent insurance adjusting. I got my license in 2015, and then from there I began adjusting in 2016. So I've worked 20 different assignments, or what we call deployments. I've worked in Canada. I've worked in the United States and Brazil as well. What's up, Watkins? I've worked all across the Southeast and Southwest United States. I've worked in the Midwest as well as the East Coast. And I've gotten to live in all these places, work in all these places, and I've gotten to help thousands of people with their cars, with their business interruption insurance, freaking warranty claims, hail claims, flood claims, fire claims, theft claims, you name it, man. I've done it, or I know somebody who's done it, right? So, but today I want to go over any questions you all have about independent insurance adjusting. So one of the first things, what is insurance adjusting? So what insurance adjusting is, to make it plain for you. So most people know insurance, the insurance they buy. Okay, so most people don't use insurance, so they never get acquainted with what adjusting is. Adjusting is the back end of insurance. So that's the working parts of insurance. So when you read your policy, it's a person like me who reads the policy and says, hey, this accident that you had, this fire at your home that you had, this is what your policy spells out, what happens after that fire, and this is what we're responsible for. So I determine damages, I review the policy, and then I go on and talk to the insured, which would be a person like you, a person that has purchased insurance and now they need insurance to pay. Okay, so you file that claim, I review your claim, I review your policy, and then we go about determining coverage. Once the coverage is determined, I make a payment if it's above the deductible. Okay, so deductible, you all understand deductibles because you have a car, you have a home, or you have a rental unit, or even a cell phone, right? Even cell phones have deductibles on them, right? So I pay that person less their deductible. Okay, so as an independent adjuster, I'm constantly reading, constantly writing, constantly explaining policies. So that's something that's tantamount to my success, is how quickly can I learn a policy, and how quickly can I learn to explain it to another person. And then I'm using the policy's parameters to determine coverage based on whichever weather event happens. So, like, for example, flood coverage, most companies in the United States don't offer flood coverage, right? You have to buy it through a different type of carrier. Same thing goes for your auto policies. You might have a different deductible for vandalism than you do for a total loss, right? Or a liability accident, right? So deductibles vary, and policies also vary based on what happens to your home or your property, right? Your property being a house or a car, or the personal items like these couches and chairs and things like that. They all have different, they all factor differently in a policy. But guys, I'm kind of rambling, but if y'all have any questions about insurance adjusting, now's the time to ask, okay? because I know y'all DM me a lot, asking questions about insurance adjusting. If you're watching this and you are taking a pre-licensing course, good luck to you. I know that the people out in Texas, you can get a license in Texas fairly quickly. If y'all DM me, I'll send you the website for people who live in Texas. Now, for those of you who are in like places like Indiana or Georgia or Alabama, it takes about, for me, it took about 30 days of studying to pass the pre-licensing course. And once you take a pre-licensing course, depending on the state, you'll have to go and take a proctored exam. What's up, Darius? You'll have to take a proctored exam. Okay, so you'll go in, they'll have cameras on you, you'll take your exam, you got to usually make a 80 to pass. You pass that, you got to do a background check. That's the other thing, guys. Insurance adjusting requires a high level of morals and high level of ethics because you're dealing with a lot of money, okay? So if you have a felony that involves fraud or theft or something like that, you're not going to be able to be an adjuster. I'm sorry, but that's just the rules of the industry. Now, with that being said, once you get your background check back, then you can go about purchasing your state license, and then you'll be able to begin purchasing other state licenses, okay? If this is not making sense to anybody, please let me know and I'll slow down for you, okay? I'm really just giving you all a brief overview of what's independent adjusting, okay? So another question some of y'all might have, what's the difference between independent adjusting and just regular insurance adjusting? Well, I'm glad you asked. So the difference between insurance adjusting and independent adjusting is independent adjusters work at will. They can be fired at any time. They do not get benefits, okay? This is where it gets a bit difficult. This is where some people say, oh, hold on, I can't do that, right? So a company like State Farm or Allstate said, hey, we need you in Louisiana in 36 hours. Can you be there? Yes, I can be there. Okay, great. Well, we're going to be paying you $400 per day. We can fire you at any time. Are you okay with that? Yes. Okay, cool. We'll see you in a day and a half. And you drive to Louisiana, you start work. They train you for a day, then you start working the claims. Okay, that's the difference. So independent adjusters, that's our life. We might be there for a month, you might be there for a week, you might be there for 1 year, working and making that kind of money, right? A staff adjuster is going to work normal business hours, 40 hours a week. They'll go through a full hiring process, interviews, blah, blah, blah. They'll get benefits. There's a lot more job security, right? But a staff adjuster will make anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 starting out. You can start out as an independent adjuster working 1 full year. You can make, anywhere upwards of $80,000 if you can work at least 7, 8 months out the year. Now, keep in mind, so this is another interesting thing. Don't sell us no scammy insurance we don't need. So insurance adjusters don't sell anything. We don't sell insurance. We only adjust insurance, okay? We review policies and we pay people. We review policies and we make coverage decisions. So sometimes we pay, sometimes we do not. But insurance adjusting is not sales. There is zero sales. Insurance salesmen sell what we call producers. They sell insurance. They have a producer license. Adjusters have a completely different license. It's called an adjusting license, okay? So we don't sell anything. All right, that's another common misconception, guys. So insurance is not all sales based, okay? Now, back to what I was saying, guys. So a staff adjuster, like I said, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. So you adjusting the scans to make them seem legit. Okay, so you have a flawed view of insurance because insurance is not a scam. We're gonna go ahead and get you out of here, okay? When I get the license to secure my first job, will I be able to complete the job without help? So no, it doesn't work that way. You have trainers, okay? We always have somebody there to help us because granted, as insurance adjusters, you do understand the level of insurance once you're licensed, but you never worked that company's software. Each company has a different software, okay? And they have a different way they handle their claims. So you're always going to have a manager there to help you. You're going to have trainers there to help you as well. But you're going to have training wheels for a long time. Not a long time, but you have training wheels for a while. But you will need help. Even I need help. I still ask questions, And that's another hallmark of a good adjuster. You're going to have help, guys. They're not going to pay you this kind of money, and then it's a sink or swim type of environment, okay? You're always going to have help. You're always going to have people there to help you get through claims, make decisions. Now, with that being said, you need to learn. As you ask questions, you have to learn, guys. That's why you got to be writing down when you ask a question. Hey, what do I do when a Corvette that's over $70,000 and is from 30 years ago? How do I settle this claim? Who do I need to talk to? Do I need to talk to this tow yard? How do I do this? There's a lot of questions to ask, okay, for different types of policies and different types of claims. You handle home claims differently than you handle auto claims. You handle auto claims differently than you handle bodily injury claims, right? So that's why you got to keep asking questions, guys. Anybody else got any other questions? I'm going to keep this coming off the top of my head with questions that people have asked me through the years. Another one is, well, can I do this while I work my other job? No. Okay, more than likely, independent insurance adjusting makes more money than your other job. Okay, more than likely. You can make anywhere from, on the low end, $4,000 a month to on the higher end, $18,000 a month. $18,000 a month and up, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a month. So it just depends on the type of claims you have, guys. And these aren't any, I'm not making any promises as far as income, okay? You're going to have to work, you got to put in a lot of effort. But the point I'm making is that it can be a lucrative career if you're not scared to take a few risks, obviously, and if you're not scared to really work, okay? Because that's the other thing. Best next steps to get work as soon as possible. So first things first, you need to get that license. Okay, so you bought the course, but you're not done yet, right? So this question is: just bought my Texas All Lines course. Best next steps to get work as soon as possible. If you DM me on Twitter, I will send you a list. Okay, I'll send this list to you for free. So just DM me and shoot me your email. All right, and that'll be your next bit of homework to do, okay? But you got to get licensed, okay? Just because you're taking the course doesn't mean you're licensed yet. So get through your license, get through your background check, and send me a DM, with your email, and I'll email you something to help you with that. Because I want to see everybody be able to work if they can, okay? Next thing, guys. This is a competitive business, okay? There are a good amount of adjusters are already working and they have more experience than you, because if you're going to do this, you're going to be new, right? So normally what I tell people is once you get licensed, you need to start getting certifications, okay? So this is not a get a license, get a job type situation. It is going to take you a bit of time, depending on what part of the year you're in. Right now is a very busy time. So you might be able to get in and get a job immediately, okay? And right now, I'm talking about October, November, December. 2020. I don't know when you're watching this video, guys, but the fall during hurricane season is a great time to get into business. Right now, it's currently hurricane season. Great time to get into business, especially for new people. Okay. Now, with that being said, guys, now I told you, like I said, it's very competitive, and because it's competitive, there will be times where you won't work. Right? It's going to just be it'll be dried up. Right? It won't be as much opportunity as it was during other parts of the year based on weather events. Okay, guys. So that brings me to my next subject, guys. You got to pay attention to the weather. As you pay attention to the weather, you will start to understand when is the busy season and when it's not. When the busy season is not in place. Right. So hail season, hurricane season, wildfire season. Those are three major events that are going to normally get you another assignment, another deployment, right? And as you build your skill sets up and build your network up, you'll be able to work whether it's busy or not, right? I've been working 4 years now. Every year I work at least 9 months. Usually I take off. I usually take off a month or two. Sometimes I take 3 months off. Last year I took 6 months off because sometimes you just get tired, because this job is difficult. You're going to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week sometimes. You're going to be compensated well, but you are going to work. Okay, but it's not you're not an entrepreneur in the sense that you're selling something, but you want to give your clients, which are these carriers like State Farm and Allstate and Progressive, you want to give them a good work product. Okay, so you want to do a good job for them, and it can be a bit stressful at times. Okay, guys, anybody's got any questions for me? Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna keep hanging out with y'all for a bit longer. Anybody has any questions, y'all feel free to hop in and ask away. The State Farm certification is essential if you're going to work for State Farm. But State Farm is one of many insurance companies. Okay, so I would not rely strictly on State Farm. You know, for a lot of new adjusters, they see State Farm as, oh man, I want to work for State Farm, but State Farm doesn't even pay the most. Even for new adjusters, can make much more money in a different company without a certification. Okay, so that's where your network comes in, man. The more you learn about this industry, the more you're around other adjusters, you'll begin to learn. I worked for State Farm when I first started. I did 3 assignments with State Farm years ago, and then after that, I didn't work for State Farm anymore. Not because I didn't want to or they weren't calling me, but because I didn't have to. There's so many other companies. You have small companies down in Florida, Louisiana, Texas that State Farm, because State Farm does not cover everywhere, right? But since you're on the topic of State Farm, I will get a State Farm auto certification. I'll get a State Farm fire certification. They are hiring a lot of people at the moment, so it'll be a good one for you. But you will not stand out with just a State Farm certification. You'll stand out with 7 or 8 licenses and 3 or 4 certifications across different carriers, like State Farm certification, a TWIA certification, a let me think, NFIP certification. But as a new adjuster, you won't have to worry about an NFIP certification in the beginning. You know, so that's my thoughts on that. Anybody else? Anybody got anything else? I'm always down to answer as many questions as y'all have as we get through the night. Right now, I'm doing a contents claim. There's a flood here, so I'm reviewing some couches and just contents that would be in a regular home that all got damaged in the flood. So just finishing this claim up right now. Guys, anybody else got any questions? What's up, everybody that's hopping in? I appreciate everybody hopping in. My name is Stephen Story. I'm an independent insurance adjuster. I've been in business for 4 years, licensed 5 years. I've handled thousands of claims across several different types of insurance, and I want to help you all. Will Canadians be able to apply as an adjuster after getting a license? Now, I do have a couple of Canadian licenses. What I would do if I were you, I would look up independent adjusting for Canadians, because I don't know exactly how you all get started. I do have some Canadian friends that are adjusters as well, and I do work with them, but I don't know exactly how each province works. So what I would do if I were you, I would look up your province's insurance department. I don't know the exact wording because I think Canadian wording is a bit different, but I do know several Canadian independent adjusters, and they do well for themselves. Yeah, I know a few off the top of my head. So it is possible, and it is a lot of work for Canadian adjusters as well. I know some Canadian adjusters also know to work in the States as well. So I don't know how your passport is or anything like that, but look at your province's website. Look at your province's website and have a look around. And once you do that, if you decide to get a license, please shoot me a message, and I can get you connected with a couple of companies that hire insurance adjusters in Canada. I've worked for a few of them already, and I know a few other people who can get you connected there. But yeah, I have what? Yeah, I got 2. I got Ontario and I have Alberta insurance licenses. So yeah. So you got any questions about that? You got any more questions about it? Just shoot me a message, okay? Anybody else? Guys, I'm always here. Not always here, but I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer, just talking to y'all. Let's see what's uploaded. Okay. Let's upload it into all logs. Yeah, guys. So Saturdays, this is usually around the time I finish up for the day. Work my 60 hours. Got paid yesterday. Great paycheck. I really, I don't getting paid like we get paid. It doesn't get old. It does not get old. What was the cities you got licensed in first, and what do you recommend? Okay, so you get licensed in states. You don't get licensed in cities. Now, if you're talking about United States, you want to get licensed in the places that get the most weather events, which is Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. Then you want to get the hail states. You want to get Michigan. You want to get Minnesota. All right, so I think I gave you 8 or 9 states right there. I would go with the Gulf Coast first. So Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina. I'll get those first, and then I'll go from there. Okay. Just getting licenses, guys, is not going to get you a job. Okay. I'll be explaining how to get a deployment and get the ones you want. All right. In my course. Okay. I can't give you all everything right now for free. All right. Because I got a lot of people already bought the course. So we're going to go deep into that in the course and the strategies that you want to put into place. But I really enjoy what I do, guys. It's not just about the money, you know. This is a really fulfilling career. You get to help people in a time of need. Okay, I have paid a few years ago. It was a big storm that hit Panama City Beach, Florida. I don't know if y'all remember, but it like destroyed a whole town. I'm talking about tons of elderly people didn't have a home. They were sleeping in cars and stuff, you know. And being able to buy the hotel rooms for them for 2 months in advance, being able to get food money to them immediately when their houses were totaled, being able to pay off their mortgage for them, stuff like that, man. That stuff affects people's lives. It changes people's lives, not having a mortgage anymore, right? And you're in your 60s or 70s and you don't know how to do that and your house got destroyed. What are you going to do? You got somebody like me who says, hey, look, your policy says this and this and this. Let me take care of that for you. So after the National Guard leaves, after the police and the paramedics, all that stuff leaves, insurance adjusters are the people who come in to begin to make everything back right again. Okay, we're the people who pay the roofers and pay the carpenters and the brick and mortar guys. We do that as insurance adjusters. So it's an amazing business. It's been an amazing industry for me and my family. My mother does this as well. She's been doing it about 7 months longer than me, and she doesn't travel like I do. She stays in one place for 2 or 3 years at a time. So she hasn't had as many assignments as I have, but she's also an amazing adjuster. I have 2 cousins that are also in the business, and I got to work with them several times. And just being able to build that type of network within my own family has been a blessing. And you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing for your family, man. You and your a sibling can do it together. You and a parent, a spouse, you and your best friend can do it. You know, I have friends that me and we started in the industry together, and I met a lot of people along the way, and we've been friends as well. So it's a lot of opportunity in this business, and I really believe in it. It's been around for 90 years, and I think it'll be around for 90 more years. You know, guys, anybody else got any more questions? We got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday night. Okay. Um, but yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody that hopped on here with me. Uh, I'm thankful that I'm able to even. I'm thankful I learned these things over the years. I learned it by experience and consequences. I bumped my head a whole lot, okay, but I'll be giving that to you all. And of course, the easily digestible course. You're gonna skip over a lot of the road blocks and the speed bumps that I experienced over these last 4 years in this business. Okay, but yeah, guys, yeah, I got 3 more minutes. If anybody has any questions about independent insurance investing, please let me know. I'll look forward to answering those questions. Okay, so y'all just let me know. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, there we go. Gotta pay these people. Paying somebody real quick. Okay, let's get that one done. Yeah, so another thing, guys, we write a lot of checks. We write a lot of checks. I mean, some weeks it's not crazy for me, and some weeks, depending on the type of weather event I'm working, to spend $1 million of company money in a week or in 3 days, 4-day period. During the course of a hurricane, in 3 months' time, I could spend $15 million just paying for people's different houses and paying for hotels and food and couches and freaking new ceilings getting put in, all those things, new roofs. It's kind of amazing how much money gets spent out in insurance. But anyway, guys, wrapping this thing up. My name is Stephen Story. I'm a full-time independent insurance adjuster. I've been for the last 4 years, guys. I have a course that I'm going to be linking below this video. It is October 31st, 2020. I don't know when you're going to be watching this video. I appreciate you staying for this long. There is a link below this video on Twitter. You can get this you can get this course. You can pre-order it, and if you're watching it after November 10th, you can order it now, and you'll get it immediately. Okay, guys, if you got any feedback, please let me know. If you got any questions, please feel free to DM me. I appreciate every one of you all. Please be safe tonight. It's Halloween, and enjoy yourself. I'll holler at y'all.